bronche. That's how we say brunch.
Here's to the ladies who say basic with their lunch. Be a queen.
Be a boss.
Ladies who brunch and pop it off.
Hey, we pop and pop it off. We pop.
All right. The episode's about to start.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode number 1 of season 5, Ladies Who Bronche. I am Julissa.
What's good, everybody? This is Skittlez.
And this week, we got a Dominicana who's out here slaying in Arizona. Not only is she a wonderful photographer, she is a bad bitch in the business world. She has so many gems to drop, from things around fashion, different brands, love, and just being an incredible force of nature for girls like me who did not grow up having girls on the scene killing shit. Denisse, who the fuck are you?
Hi, everyone. First of all, thank you so much for having me here. It's an honor. Really quick, we met at Hispanicize last year.
Yes, we did.
And I absolutely, obviously listened to the podcast, like when you introduced yourself. And I was just like, this is so fucking cool. So it's an honor to be here and to be part of a conversation with y'all. I'm a fan. Yeah, mutual fandom. Who the fuck is Denisse? So you can find me on Instagram at Chasing Denisse with 2 S's because my mom is very extra. And I am, like you said, a photographer. I'm an entrepreneur. I focus a lot, especially now during the pandemic where we've all had to pivot a little bit. I focus a lot on helping people of color pivot their business. So I do a lot of small business consultations and personal branding consultations. I have crowned myself the media kit queen. I make media kits for influencers and small businesses, and I do websites. And now, thankfully, since it's calming down a little bit, I'm shooting again. So yeah, I mean, I got a big ass head. I wear a ton of hats.
Yes. And so when we met at Hispanicize, one of the exciting connections we realized we had was to Ada Rojas. And
oh my God.
So can you share with us some of the shoots you've done for Ada?
Yeah, I mean, how long do we have? How long is this?
That's right. It's been a minute. That's right.
Yeah, I don't know how long to be honest, I don't know how long I've known her for, because she is one of those people, like I have very few close friends, but she is one of those people that it feels like I've known her like in my past life and this life, like all my life. So I can't say how long I've known her, but we have been working together for a couple years. I did the big photo shoot for her brand launch, Botanica. She came out here. She's my sister. Like I would say like best friend, but she is my sister. She officiated our wedding.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she will be here hopefully in like a couple weeks. And yeah, that's my girl. Yeah, we've done a bunch of stuff together, a bunch of campaigns. She did a tour with Kia a couple years ago, and I went on tour with her as a photographer, her and another influencer, Rocio. And yeah, we've just been like attached to the hip ever since.
Yes, that launch photo shoot that was the one I was like that.
Yeah.
It was so good. It was so good. And I think it was at Hispanicize that you mentioned that you had done it. And I was just like, whoa, wait a minute. I really need to know Denisse.
Yeah.
So definitely a big fan of that work. And so what got you out to Arizona in the first place?
My boo. I was about to try to sing like Alicia Keys, but I was like, that's not gonna work. Yes, there you go. Thank you. I was like, wait, that is, I'm so glad I caught that. That would have been like real bad. Yeah, so I met my husband in New York. He was working on a pipeline project. I'm on the Hudson, and funny story that I don't think I've ever like publicly and to an audience shared other than like on stories or something. But he was working for a pipeline project, and I got approached by a dating site company that I'm not allowed to name. But basically they were just like, we're about to take the Tinder swipe situation and we need like beta testers, and we just need you to create a profile, go on there, swipe for a couple hours. We'll pay you like $1,000 or however much it was. And you just have to message one person. So my husband was the person I messaged. And
wow.
Yeah. And we met up, and I was real corny, like, cause I was like, I'm getting paid for this. Like, I'm about to log off and never log on again. And I was just like, how's the weather? Do you like pizza? And yeah, and 4 years later, he makes really good pizza.
Wow, what a love story.
Oh my God. I'm like,
Yeah.
I will forever be alone. I only wish
Listen, that
that.
was me for a long time. I
Where,
had
where are the
already
dating
planned
sites at?
out.
I want to be a beta tester.
Right, I was thinking
Right?
that. I was like, let me find my husband in beta.
Yeah.
Beta husband, yeah. So he with his job, he traveled like 340 days out of the year. So his home base was Arizona here in this house, but he was never home. So we long distance for a little bit, and then it was like a year and change. And I was like, all right, my man's like, I'm getting a little older. I mean, I was like 26, and I was like, I'm getting old. Like, whatever.
Because on
Like,
Dominican time, that is old. On Dominican time,
Oh, on Dominican time, I got dust on my ovaries and cement drying over my uterus. Like, we gotta go, honey.
Oh
So
my
I was
God.
just like, this is really hard. You know, it was just really hard being in a long distance relationship for me, like, because I was off. He's the first person I've ever been like in love with.
Oh.
Just the first person that I was ever like just so like even just obsessed with. Like I wanted to talk to him all the time, to see him all the time. Obviously, not being able to has a lot to do with that. But yeah, then we just decided that he would quit his job. He came out here, helped me establish my business for a year. He worked with me and he shot all my content and he like learned photography and did his own thing too. And yeah, and so I mean, I will say like our mortgage is very cheap. Like we a lot of that stuff factored into there. Like we got baby girls. We have a $700 mortgage for a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom house.
what?
Wow.
We got a backyard. Like it's it was really hard to obviously leave you know, Jersey, New York, my people, my community. It's still like a struggle. Not having community and diversity is something that I struggle with. But you obviously can build a different life for yourself. Or personally, you know, financially, I've been able to build a different life by being able to save and just having a different opportunity. Obviously, I am very lucky that my husband already had this house. He had already owned it for a bunch of years, and I just kind of moved in and took over. But yeah, that's how I ended up here in the sticks.
Wow.
Wow.
I love that. This is such a like, where is there like a photography book with written story that you're gonna do with for this? Because this is like,
Yes.
He always, you know, he always tells me to do that. So like, funny thing is when we were dating, we like he was not allowed because it's a pipeline, like a live pipeline project. Which like if anyone is against pipelines and all that stuff, like that's not my job. Do not come for me. Keep your comments to yourself. Like, he doesn't do that anymore. And they're not all bad. But we like I used to ask him a lot of questions. I'm very inquisitive and like not in like a nosy way, but it's like, oh, okay, well, if you can be like he was literally in a pickup truck for 12 hours just staring at like a project, supervising a project. So he had a lot of time. I was a nanny and a photographer. So I also had a lot of time and I was just asking questions. So one day we counted and it was like over 700 and something questions over a span of like a year and change. And he was like, you should do a coffee table book with like pictures, like a story, like questions that you should have. Cause they were like, it wasn't just like, oh, what's your favorite like dish, you know, things like that. It wasn't also like, okay, what's your childhood trauma like? Like things like that. Because you know how we are.
yeah.
And that actually like really helped the way that we communicate. Like we've been together 4 years, we've never had an argument, knock on wood.
Wow.
Yeah, like I mean, it's a lot to do with like the having to communicate, you know, because you can't see each other, you can't storm off, you can't be like, mira coño, like whatever. But yeah, so that's maybe I will do like a little story thing.
Yeah, listen, that story is very fucking interesting. Like I would love to, I think you would be able to bring it to life visually for sure.
Thank you.
All right, so Denisse, the first question we're gonna ask you is: when you're out to brunch with the ladies, what is your choice brunch bebida?
Oh, I feel like the like dainty lady in me wants to go with something light, but I'm just like a Bloody Mary. A Bloody Mary.
Really? Yes.
Yeah.
I've never gotten into Bloody Marys. What is it that like appeals to you? Like,
So I don't like it with like, usually I say like very low on the hot sauce, or just give me the hot sauce and I'll do it myself. Cause sometimes it just
yes.
feels like you're eating like sazon, which is so weird, like depending on how they make it. So it's just like, it's like a little bit savory depending on where you go. Like they might put like some shrimp on there or olives or whatever. Like you might get like a small meal on the straw of your Bloody Mary. And it's just like, it's a really good drink. I don't really like, I stopped drinking in last November, just because it was like fucking with my mental health. I don't drink a lot, but like when I do, it's just like 0 to 100. Like no matter what, I'm just a lightweight. I'm a piece of shit when it comes to drinking. I want to be down and hang with my friends. I can't. So I was just like, oh, okay, well, like I was exercising a bunch and I'm like, let me just try this like sober fall thing. And then I just haven't drank since. But I'm more of a whiskey person. Like if I'm having a whiskey at 10 a.m., that's totally fine. Like,
yes.
yeah.
So with your Bloody Mary, what's gonna be your choice brunch plate?
I haven't gone to brunch in so long. I feel like
Listen, me neither.
Same.
I'm trying to think like we just
The
went out
last
for the
time I
first
went to
time.
brunch was in February, so I'm going through it. But
yeah, the last
if
time
you
I went
could
to brunch,
choose, if we were ordering you brunch right now, what would you order?
you know what? I love seafood, so I'm gonna say like shrimp and grits.
Ooh,
Yeah, but there's a
yes.
spot in Harlem that Ala knows that I went to. I forgot what it's called. You have to ask her.
Put us on.
It is amazing. I will ask her and let you guys know so you can plug it in, but it is incredible. Yeah, so probably shrimp and grits.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I love me some good shrimp and grits, especially, but it's sometimes people fuck up grits, but when somebody does not fuck up the grits,
You could just have it by itself.
yeah.
Like, yeah.
Absolutely. So what was it like when you would go out to eat growing up?
You know, either I have suppressed those memories or I just don't have any. Like, because I don't think we really like. It was always like en la casa de arroz, like
Yeah.
en la casa de comida. You know, I don't remember going to like McDonald's or anything until I was older. I do remember the company my dad used to work for. My dad used to work for Philips Electronics, corporate, and they used to host like a dinner. And I thought it was like Disney World, like, and I still have never been to Disney, but it was just like, look at this fancy tableware and like, look at all this stuff. Like, oh my God. So I remember those events. And then like when I got my own job and stuff, like I would just be like hanging out at McDonald's, you know, with my friends and all that stuff. But otherwise, it was just, yeah, we're going out to eat at your grandma's house.
Yeah. Which, by the way, sometimes is better than a lot of these restaurants that we go to.
I'm so sick of fast food during this damn pandemic. Like if I just resort to DoorDash one more time, I'm gonna just yell at myself. Like I'm sick of myself.
So tell us your favorite bochinche topic to discuss over a meal.
Let me preface this by saying that I feel like a lot of people are going to be like, oh my God, bochinche. Like, we're all bochincheros.
Yes.
Can we just all say that out loud?
Proud.
Like,
absolutely.
It's
part of the culture.
Like, there is a healthy dosage of bochinche and like chismoseria.
Yes.
So let's just all admit that for a second. Like, you guys listening at home, tú eres un bochinchero. It's okay. We're all we all agree on that.
Absolutely.
But it depends on the climate, you know. If we have a mutual friend that's doing, you know, some fuck boy or fuck girl shit, we're just like, yo, you saw what homegirl did? Like, usually it's the group chat, whatever's happening in the group chat, you know. Like, how mad were you when, you know, whatever. But yeah, usually it's just, I mean, it's bochinche, so it's something that's gonna make, you know, entertainment that isn't about you, like basically, whatever like the hot topic of the week is.
Absolutely. I love that.